Well, hello everyone. Happy Tuesday and welcome to All Things Creepy with Ghostly Travels. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight, August 4th. We have no guests tonight, but we're going to have a good conversations. And hello there, Patricia Lynn. I think she can hear me. Oh, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hi there. I'm trying to get my volume to work.
Okay, now your camera's froze. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Appreciate you guys coming on. We're not going to be on like a full hour, but what I want to do is I want to talk about things. And before we start getting into the conversation, what's going on? I want to bring up our next event, Paravision's Paranormal Society, the Ghost Hunt 101 class, and that is on September 19th. Starts at 7 p.m. to midnight. It's a phenomenal time. The location is awesome. Definitely want you guys to come out. Hello, Lacey. How are you? Good evening. We have a great time. I've been, like I say in the past, I've been teamed up with Museum Friends Home since about 2005. I met them in 2004, but we got started in '05. So this will be we had to reschedule. So I had to, we lost one. Let me bring Patty back on. Hello there. Yeah, she's not with us. So
Can you hear
anyway,
me?
I can hear you. Can everybody hear Patty? Please say yes in the chat, please. But back to our event that we're doing in September. It's September 19th. It is Museum at the Friends Home. I love helping them out. All proceeds go to the museum, to keep the place going. Um, so yeah, it's fun. You said hello, friends, in the private chat, honey. Was that Robot Patty that said yes? Yes, it was.
I heard you.
There she is. She's there. So, guys, if you're not doing anything on September 19th, please get with us. It's a fun time, and we just have fun. That building is very active. If you want to talk about paranormal, a lot of history, there's a lot of info going on there. So it's a really cool place to check out. And it's also in one of the most haunted villages in Ohio, Waynesville, Ohio. So appreciate you guys. If you have been there, we appreciate all your support to help them, and we keep it going. So I'm going to remove that. And anything you would like to share?
So I am relying on the
She
fact that I
is.
can hear you from upstairs.
You're very choppy, very choppy.
Um,
So, let's talk about haunted locations. Patty's just going to come up here and sit. I think it's going to be better that way. Let's talk about haunted locations. And let me put something here in the chat. Sorry, guys. You know, have you ever experienced anything in a location that you think is haunted? Chime in the chat. Let's bring it up. Let's share it. Have you ever been to a haunted location? Maybe there's someone that has never been to a haunted location.
That could be. I mean,
Um,
I run across people a lot who, when they hear about what we do, they have so many questions and,
Right.
they seem very skeptical. But I have a few things on my phone I can share with them. And, I definitely understand the whole, well, I wasn't there, so
Hello, Jennifer. How are you? So, if you worked in a church, or if that's one of your favorite places that you went as you were here on Earth, could you haunt that location? Absolutely. Does your energy stick around? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, this one, of course, was in, this one's in a prison, but there's a lot of mixed emotions there, right?
absolutely, yeah.
So you can't just think of it just pulling up to the front of the church and walking in.
Right.
Um, but everybody gets a second chance because we're only here for a short period of time. So no matter what you do here on Earth, to me, now this is my opinion because a lot of people don't believe in God, a lot of people don't believe in a higher power. But my opinion is when it's our turn to go, we have that conversation with the Creator and you. And that's it. Nobody else. Just you two. And
My feeling when I walk into that room or even just sitting here looking at it, I think a lot about the different emotions.
say, but it's like overwhelming. It's like being in the middle of a street in a busy town with people going this way and people going that way. And I'm like right in the yellow lines, right?
Mhm. You're in
You
the
know,
middle of chaos.
yeah, it's coming this way and that way. And yeah, so let's move on to the next. Does everyone know what this is?
Well, it's a ship, clearly. I don't know if it's the Queen Mary.
It's very much the Queen Mary. Is the Queen Mary haunted? I mean, it's a ship. It's not a church. It's a ship.
Yes.
So yeah, I've just got a lot of images here. I'm just going to go through a few. Everybody know what this place is.
Heck yes, let's go.
This is on my bucket list to go. Who has ever been to Alcatraz? Who has ever done a day tour there? The images here, the Escape from Alcatraz. It was a movie, it was a book, it was real. This is another one.
Oh man, yeah, we need to get out there and hit up both of these places.
This, guys, do you know what this is? This is the Winchester House. This lady, the wife of Mr. Winchester that made the Winchester rifle, she had seances. She talked to the spirit. Doors that you don't want to open because there's no floor on the other side. This is just stuff that they were constantly building and building and building and building and building.
And I'm so torn because I love to visit places. Well, I love to visit many places, but I love to visit prisons. Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you love visiting prisons? Because in the real world, nobody wants to go to.
Right. And I think it's something about it being fairly forbidden to me. I don't
Like
expect
like
to
an
ever
area
land
that
there.
you shouldn't be in.
Yeah.
Unless you're a bad person.
Yeah. And I mean, my fascination for true crime.
Right.
So that is a big part of it. But at the same time, I also love to check out homes because I like to hear the background personal side of things,
Right.
the everyday living sides of things.
Right.
And that's, like I want to go to the Winchester Mystery House and see,
Right.
her bedroom or the kitchen or, those types of everyday living situations.
So, I'm showing you images, everyone, of homes where people live, church where people worship their higher power, luxury boats that was also used for the military. I'm showing you prisons out there, Alcatraz. Um, my next one is another thing that, everyone know what that is? Take a deep view of that and look. Tell me what that is.
Let me say it's Gettysburg.
It's Gettysburg Battle. It's exactly before and after. So, I mean, we're we're looking at a place where we sent young soldiers that traveled from all over this country to go there.
Mhm.
They got trapped because they didn't know what they were walking into. So think of all these innocent young soldiers that lost their lives because this was something that they were told they had to do. They got pulled away from their families at a young age, younger than the military today.
Yeah, and there were some who lied about their age
Just
so
to
they
go.
could go.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the thing that kills me about um, battlefields and such is the fact that, well, really, I think any age, when the end comes, I think a lot of times uh, those people are crying for their mother, and as a parent, I just cannot. I can't bear it. We went to see a military film at the theater. I had to leave. I could not watch because it just killed me emotionally. Can't do it.
Has anyone ever been to Gettysburg Battlefield? Have you just stood there somewhere away from everyone and just looked down this hill or down there below at the Devil's Den or wherever, the Round Top, wherever you are, and just listen? Could you imagine getting the privilege to investigate that at night? Just sitting up there, running recorders, running thermal, running full spectrum cameras, trigger objects.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Be amazing, wouldn't it? So, I showed you guys a bunch of images. So now if you're on here and you want to talk about any of your locations, let's talk, you know? So everywhere, so a question I want to ask, we're here now, it's 2026, it's August 4th, 2026. Someone 100 years, 200 years ago, 300 years ago was probably standing right where we are. So is the energy still here? Probably so. Our house where we're sitting in our office, we know it's haunted. This home is very haunted. I mean, it sits on, this is a ley line. Down the road from us, not even a half a mile, is a mound, an Indian mound. We are on a ley line of a river. This was an area for the Shawnee. Sorry.
Oh, it scared me.
Um, there's so much here. So, wherever you are, I'm sure it is. And do do we shake it off when we hear things or see things in a place like our home, our church, or a place we love to go to? Or do we investigate? Because a lot of people wouldn't answer the way we would answer. No, I don't want to dig into it. I feel like that's wrong. I live there. I go to church there. It's a place that I love to go. I don't want to. see any of that. I don't want to deal with any of that. But then there's people on the other side like you that are all about it, right? I would in a heartbeat. That doesn't mean I'm going to be digging up negativity. That doesn't mean I'm going to be doing seances with Ouija boards or whatever. I've been doing this long enough. I think I know what I'm doing. I just want to document. I want to document the history. I want to bring history from 100 years, 200 years to till today. I want to bring it to today. Oh, Chase, you wanted to say hey to everyone?
Yeah.
But yeah, so, tonight's episode, I just wanted to talk about things that are not, not just location or material content, like dolls, furniture, vehicles. Does that hold energy to where we can sit in a car? Maybe someone that passed away in that car. We've done investigations where someone has lost their life in a vehicle, like I say, full description. We picked up them in that car. I've been in older cars to where we picked up Marilyn Monroe, John F. Kennedy, uh, good Lord,
I wasn't at that one. I can't.
Churchill, Jack was one.
Yeah.
Hello, Jenny. How are you? Happy
Jenny.
Tuesday. Winston Churchill. There we go. I was thinking, what is his first name? We picked him up in his car. We got to investigate this really cool auto barn. That this guy collects a lot of cars that are very, very high in history, very rich in history. And so what is your take on items? Do you feel like things are haunted? I'm doing good, Jenny. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well.
Those are some of my favorites too.
Kyle, same here, bro.
We need to get Kyle's bum to
But
his little bum to Moundsville.
Moundsville Penitentiary. Well, we've talked about that. We've all talked about that.
Because in prep for tonight,
right.
I pulled my notes because when we go and
miss you, bro. We'll be seeing you. Well, we're not going to be seeing you this
month.
No. We are going to be on the road. We're going away next weekend. I'm gearing up to go see our son in Austria, and then we'll be back in September.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: when we investigate places,
right?
Like when you and I go places or whatever, as I listen to my audio, I take notes because
you can't do that in the camera.
You can't do that in the camera. But because I want to remember the situation, and when I listen.
Well, hold on. That ties into what Patty documents is her time. Just like a lot of locations, Carlo, he loves in the Bill Manor. He leaves these little notepads in each room, and he lets everybody that's been there experience it and document your time. Document what you picked up. That's a phenomenal idea. A lot of locations do that. And I don't know if a lot of people actually sit and go through that as they're investigating the room, because some people don't want to hear about paranormal stuff. They want to hear the history, and they want to pick up their own stuff, right? But then there's a lot of people that do, that wants to read this. Like if you left this somewhere on, let's say, Mount, you left your book there, and you wrote a lot of information. Let's say we're in the home front, and we were getting a lot of activity, and we took a break and we left that up there for the next group.
Mm-hmm.
That you put that in their head, right? So they're going to focus on those areas.
Yeah, and I mean, there's things that.
Thanks, bro.
Through the night, you forget stuff that happened. So when I'm listening to my audio and I'm reliving that whole investigation, I can jot down things that happened. For example, in one of the cell blocks, I read something that said, "I hate this place," and I didn't hear it at the time, but on my audio there was a response, and it was as simple as "mm-hmm." But yeah, they listen, they're agreeing, and again, I like documenting.
And that's very touching because you're in a prison.
Right.
Nobody wants to be in a 5x7 or whatever this cell is with two bunks. Sometimes they'll put more than two people in there because they're overpacked.
Yeah.
It's sad. But if you think about it, that's all they know. That's how they grew up. Even today, people live different.
Yeah.
That's all they know is crime. Some people, and what amazes me watching these crime shows, jail shows, these people today can't adapt into our today's society, so they have to come back out and do a petty crime to get back in there because that's what they know.
Right. Well, you see it in Shawshank. You see,
Yeah,
poor old Brooks was talking about committing crime just so he can go back. Yeah, Jenny, that's a great point because
Right.
Lee does that too.
Yep.
Um,
I miss a lot, Jenny. We've investigated together,
Mhm.
and I do. I miss a ton of stuff. Hello, Crystal. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
100% institutionalized.
Absolutely, because you're focused. Well, and just like using your third eye, if we got a lot of people. I feel like the longer you're involved in the paranormal, you become more in tune. And this is why, because if you do paranormal, you're going to say you agree. When we go out and we're doing 20-second EVP sessions, right? We're also all in tuned into when we play back.
Mhm.
Now, if we have somebody that's not seasoned as us with us in our group, like we do when we do puzzle punts, they don't hear what we hear.
Right.
And do you guys agree? It's that way. I mean, it's like so as we do more investigating and get more in depth and more in tune with the not just the location because it's about in tune with yourself, how you feel when you go into these locations. Yeah, like a dream. When we did that episode on Entity Explorers, the dreams were pretty much identical, and I didn't meet Jenny until that night when we were there.
I know.
And that was crazy.
And what I love
Back
was,
at you, girl.
You and Jenny were behind me as we were walking from one place to another.
Absolutely.
And you guys are talking amongst yourselves. And, I knew something that was coming up that night in the investigation
That we did not know.
that they didn't know, but they were talking about it. So I nonchalantly just start recording on my phone just to document, like, hey, they don't know what the hell's going on, but they know what's going on.
Yeah, because the thing was, which you guys had watched the episode at the Haunted Hydro in Fremont, we were picking people up that had nothing to do with the location we were at first. But here's what I'm thinking, and Jenny can probably back me up. Her and I did not know where we were going next.
Mhm.
But you all were talking about it there. So do you think that the spirits were like, oh, they're talking about two people here that can communicate with me. So I'm going to give them a full story when they go to that location. Right?
It was crazy. What is Kyle saying?
I used to laugh at Jake and tell him he was nuts playing back EVPs. All I heard was that. Right. And a lot of people tell us that. Now, Kyle, you doing it as much as you do now. People change. And because you become more in tune with yourself 100%. We had no clue, but we were picking them up, and we both were talking a little bit. And Jake wanted to keep us away from each other a lot on certain things. But I would talk to her when we were outside, and I'm like, this don't make sense why I'm picking this up at this location.
Mhm.
I was picking up, which there was a river, but I felt there was a bridge, and I didn't know if it was a bridge you drove across or if it's just a little walking bridge, but I kept asking that.
She just,
They were ready, and they were on point. I do, Shay.
she's just, she is just a
She's
weight
she's just a
on
dead.
my arm
She's like a dead weight. Like hello there.
until you touch her.
And so Patty does this thing with her. And I love it because you got to hear the stories. Like when Patty talks, it's like she's Duchess. Patty calls me in her story Chainsaw.
I know.
What you guys picked up that day was just crazy while knowing where we were taking you. I know we didn't know where we were going, but when we got there, my goodness, the activity on both sides of the bridge was crazy. And Kyle, you were right there when we all walked over to the other side, because you and our group. You heard that. We were by that power room, like electrical room on the other side of the bridge.
It was me and you and Kyle.
Yeah, and then when we were hearing things when I saw a shadow on the end. You saw it, Kyle, when we were walking back on the right hand side, like somebody was jumping off. Did not know until we got on the other side and was down on that side where all the activity was coming, where the person was like standing there looking down at us.
Mhm.
I personally would like to go back there and just spend the night there.
Yeah, I would like to spend some time there in the daytime, just
It was mind blowing.
taking it all in.
Yeah, because I mean, just could you imagine just sitting down there, just like and trying to pick up? There was three stories that I remember. Right, three stories.
Right, and one of them was, you know, Kyle had a personal connection to,
Right.
which we didn't know that. Exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we didn't know.
But you guys wanted to take us there, so Jenny and I was like, okay, but you guys didn't know. We were picking that stuff up. It was crazy.
I don't believe that episode has been shown yet.
As the hot dog?
I don't think it's been
No,
out yet.
it's not. Right, Jenny?
Yeah,
I would
Jenny, let's
sit.
go back.
Let's go back, all of us, and I'll sit on one side, sit on the other. That'd be amazing. Thanks for passing that. I know. There's no way ditching that. I mean, we got too much good stuff.
Right, that's the thing. We
Yes.
got lucky with that.
Female is very strong. Guys, and I forgot, that is not out yet. Wait until you watch The Haunted Hydro. I know, because you would think people either they're fishing or doing something, just sitting there to see what they get. I mean, it's a really cool older bridge. Do you remember Kyle or Patty or Jenny? The time that was built?
No, I know
18 something.
I took photos of it, but my phone is downstairs.
Oops. I'm so excited. Yeah, us too. A good one. Oh, and it's like people fishing, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in a great area. You got the shade. I mean, it's a nice area down there. I think you're right. Around 1911. I was thinking like 1890s, early 1900s, somewhere in there. I've got pictures, but I don't want to put them up because
Zip it, please.
I think I gave some to Jake. So,
Yes. Probably.
so I don't want to put them out there right now. So yeah. So what's your guys's? Let's just talk about that. What's your guys' opinion on? Do you have to be involved in the paranormal a long time to pick up things like audio, shadows,
I don't think so.
Or sounds, just like, because what do we always tell people? I like to tell people when I start investigating in the dark, let's just go into the room or the hallway, the vicinity where we're going, and just become the building, right?
Mhm.
Let's get adapted to the sounds, the lights, without our flashlights, so we can see shadows. We can hear the wind, if it's an air conditioner, if it's a furnace, whatever. We already know those sounds. But if we hear something different, then we're going to go investigate that.
Right. And yeah, I think many people
1915.
experience things and don't realize it
Right,
and don't even acknowledge it.
right.
What is your problem?
We've got all kinds of crazy cats where we
Here,
can
she
put them
wants
up
to
for
say hi.
adoption. That's Randy. She came from Randolph County Asylum. Another haunted
Trouble.
location.
She is trouble maker.
I just think you have to be open minded. Yes, and in tune to changes. Exactly. That is a great. Mike's back. Hello, everyone,
Hey,
again.
Mike.
But yeah, what Jenny says there, you just got to be open minded. It's okay to be skeptic.
Of course.
150%. But you know what? Do you guys like to investigate with skeptics? Mike, Jenny, Kyle? I do.
I do too, because I love when they actually experience something. I love that disbelief on their face.
Me too, because, you know, when we were investigating the Kentucky, the Wildcat battle,
Yep.
and where we met the white or those white,
Mhm.
Patty had them on a group, and I want to share everybody's comments. I says, hey, Mike,
Here's my
bingo.
notes from that.
We had split up, and this was a really good time. Down in London, Kentucky is Wildcat Battlefield, part of the Civil War. We were invited down by the London County Tourism Group, and is it Laurel County? Yeah, Laurel.
I think they're kind of a joint. It's London Laurel.
Yes. And and we had the privilege to investigate the battlefield at night. So this was like very, very exciting. So when we pull in, we split up. We're in a parking lot. We split up. Right. There you go. Filling, you can't put into words.
Mm-hmm.
And so Patty takes a group.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, bingo.
And that's what happened here at Wildcat.
Yeah, because this couple, you want to share your story?
Sure. So my group was me, a married couple. It was Dwight and Joe, and then another couple, Samantha and Brian. And so we take off down this little trail. This was such a large area. We had 3 groups going.
Right.
So my first location was down this trail and kind of around a curve and whatnot. And Dwight, very skeptical. And so we kind of camp out, so to speak, at this one place because, one of my group, I think it was Brian, was like, "Did you hear that?" And I mean, of course, yes.
And hold on, Brian's background, he owns a funeral home.
Yeah.
But not open-minded.
No, but yet he showed me a phenomenal video from the security cameras on his phone.
Yeah, because you guys showed me that later.
Yeah. So anyway, we're standing together and we're just listening to the woods. And we very clearly hear people approaching us through this very wooded area. And there are no people there that we can see. And next thing I know, Dwight's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like all up on me. And I'm like, "Whoa, yes, I did."
That's what I love when I investigate with people that are skeptics. And they'll tell you right up front, I don't know if I believe or not.
Yeah, he was there because his wife wanted to
And
go.
she was intrigued and she loved it. She watched the shows. She wanted to do something like this.
Yeah.
And so then we meet up and we're sharing stories. And now we're talking, this is about 1:30 in the morning. And they had a surprise for us. Travis and them had a surprise. They at that weekend we were there. They were down at the end of the mountain. They had it set up for the battlefield, the reenactment.
Exactly.
So we watched that during the day. Really cool camp. Everybody stays, and
In character.
yeah, they're in character the whole time. They're not, no phones, nothing. Loved it. And here comes this car pulling in, and it's a family. And husband's a soldier, mother was a nurse, played as a nurse. The son was a young soldier, dad was a higher ranked guy, and the daughter just helped mom with soldiers, wounded soldiers. So they're in full gear, and they bring out their muzzle loaders. Boy, original, the real deal. He shoots it. We're down in the trail. Now, the trail, if you go down to Wild Cow Battlefield, there is a trail that people normally walk, but off to the right of there, they'll tell you they've got little monuments. That's the original trail the soldiers took. So I decided I'm going to put a REM pod on the original trail. So I walked through this little, it was downward, right? And then I went up and I just set it on the trail. We come back and everybody's there. So I just said, hey, you know what? We've got you all here. Can you guys just start acting like, you're in that time? Let's stir it up. That's all we want to do. We want to bring that energy back to today. My goodness. Dwight, he was looking, because Patty does something, and Kyle and Jenny, they know. Mike knows. When we're looking this way, Patty's looking the other way, because Patty goes, nobody's going to step up on us. So she's like, it's that Jersey in her,
I have to make sure we're safe and
Right.
no one sneaks up. I have to.
It's like the mafia, she's the guy to watch our backs. So they
Thank you, Jenny.
so they are looking down this hill because Patty's told Dwight that's what he does. So they're looking the other way. And he just goes, sorry to bother you guys, but do you see those shadows coming over the hillside? Well, Jim, that's on our team, he turns and he does this. Do we have other people coming up there? No shit. I'm talking like 10 to 15 shadows. You could see their guns over their shoulders.
We're counting our group. Like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, is everyone here?
Yeah.
They're coming over the hill to us like that's the camp because that's where it was, where we were. Oh, man. She's scared.
I am.
Yes. Yes, she is, Mike. That was phenomenal. So
it was. And that night also is when you became
right. So I'm being in tune. I'm trying to pick up things. I'm feeding off the Dwight, the new people. I'm feeding off the people that are in character. They brought a lot of energy. Everybody was feeling the cobwebs in the trees. There's no cobwebs because we've already been walking patio. There's been people walking that all day. And so I started getting upset stomach. And I says, I got to go to the restroom. So I go running up the trail. They have a nice building, men and women's restrooms. I go in there and I thought I was okay. Well, they're all out by their cars. They're all talking about that experience. And I come out and I'm just throwing up, nonstop throwing up. Drink some water and I'm like, I think I'm okay. Well, I tell Patty, no, you got to take me back to the room. So I had to tell everybody bye real quick. She's taking me down the room. How many times have we stopped?
3 or 4 in like a 10-minute ride. I had to pull over 3 or 4 times.
Get out, go in, take a shower. I had to do a protective prayer on myself with just a shower. And I felt an attachment of some kind of like bad soldier. And yes, and that's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
something took me over. That was about 2:30 we left there, so finally about 5:30 in the morning, I finally went to sleep.
And the thing was, when we got back to the room, I was out. I heard nothing. And ordinarily, I'm a very light sleeper. The cats walking around wakes me up. And him getting up, vomiting all night long. I didn't hear a darn thing. I was gone.
I was hot. I couldn't be under blankets, sheets, nothing.
Yeah, I was not meant to be part of that.
Finally, I'm going to give this as an example. Everybody's watched the movie Exorcist. When the priests are in there and they're doing the exorcism, and Linda Blair comes off of the bed like she's been risen from whatever was attached to her. That's what it felt like. And I got up to use the restroom, and I literally felt 100% better.
Yeah, but see, when she was rising off the bed, that was just how
That
it
was
was.
power,
Yeah, that was.
Right. They did not want me to hear it. That was the crazy thing. Like something was telling me to get out of that area.
They didn't want me to hear you.
Oh, that's
what
true.
I think she meant.
Yeah, you're right. But the whole night I was laying there and I'm like, okay, what is attached to me? And what if I stayed long? You always play that what if card. What if I was there longer? We always do that when we investigate, right? Just like guys, when Kyle, I know you're on here. When we were at Pennhurst, and me and you and Carlo was on a team, and Patty and Jake and them was all going to another building, but we heard that woman scream. She yelled help multiple times.
We heard it as well.
And we thought it was you all.
And we thought it was Abby and Lacey.
Yeah, that's who we thought. We thought Abby and Lacey hurt themselves. So right. Kyle calls. It was a male energy. Yes, the soldier. I felt like it was a soldier. And I think what it was, Jenny, is because I stepped on that trail. And what I know, and those soldiers coming up was like, hey, back off. Right? It was a very crazy night.
It was. I loved it, though.
Yeah, so if you guys get a chance, go to London, Kentucky. Go to Wildcat Battlefield. Beautiful. London's a beautiful town. Oh my God, that's exactly.
What the heck are you picking this crap
That's
up?
exactly what I said.
Yeah, this experience was in 2021.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
I had to look at my note for that.
How are you picking? She's just reading my energy, I know. But yeah, so I just thought I'd get on tonight and share about some haunted locations, haunted objects, and I really appreciate everybody coming in and sharing some stuff. We truly appreciate that. That's cool, Jenny. Appreciate everybody's support. Next week on the show, we've got Gregory Nicholas, medium, great down to earth guy. We'll be on at 8 o'clock Eastern time, like tonight. Come in and join us. Ask questions. We'll see if he's open to do any readings for anybody that comes in. We'll have a good time with him. Anything else you want to share before we get off?
No. I kind of enjoyed this free form sort of episode this evening.
Right.
And, I definitely appreciate all the chiming in. Yeah, Mike, Jenny, Kyle, thank you so much.
Jennifer, Crystal.
Yep.
Who else? There was a few.
Some at the beginning.
Yeah. Lacey. We appreciate all you guys stopping in and saying hey. But definitely chime in with us next Tuesday, as we're going to be speaking to Greg. And I'll shoot him a message this week to see if he's open to do a little bit of readings. If somebody pops in, I'll bring your question up on the screen and see what he wants to do.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you, man. Gonna miss you this month. But that doesn't mean we can't get together sometime have dinner.
No, come back to Cincinnati. We'll see you soon, Mike.
See you soon, Mike. You guys have a good one. Thanks again for all your guys' support. See you guys.